I originally thought this gun was not going to be worth unlocking with the Season 3 update, but it's definitely a solid choice after testing it out in private games. If you do enjoy this style of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So of course we're going to go over the best build for the CRONEN SQUALL. We'll also show you the recoil of the weapon as well. But I do want to give an overall class setup that you can combine together with some weapons you do already have, and the Vaznev is definitely still a solid choice. It did got a bit of a nerf with this update, but it's still going to be the best SMG in the game. The only thing they really nerfed was the headshot damage, but it's still going to be super solid. So this is my favorite build to use for this gun, and it hasn't really changed, to be fair, so you can still continue to use this build. So you do want to use the AVR compensator, is going to help with recoil control, and we don't really need to have your SMG be suppressed. You're pretty much in point blank range at that point anyway. This is definitely the best tuning for the AVR compensator. Then you do want to use the OLE laser. You could choose a hipfire laser if you prefer, but this is the tuning on the OLE. This is going to help with the better aim down sight speed and the better sprint to fire speed as well, very important. Then we are using the Oterizat stock, I don't know how you say that, but it's the one that helps with the strafing speed, so it's going to help with aim walking speed, which is very important, especially since movement isn't as good as Warzone 1, and even with the new updates it's still not as good as Warzone 1, but like I said, this is the way you want to tune that. You do want to use the demo X2 grip. You can also go for the TRUE-TAC. Both are solid choices, to be honest. Depends on what you value a bit more, but I like to take a bit extra control with this gun just to make sure I'm landing my shots at close range. So this is how I tune it. And then obviously you need the large mag capacity there, so 45 rounds is a must. Moving on to the main weapon of this video, and that is the CRONEN SQUALL, and this is a battle rifle that is full auto, so that's similar to the TAC V. So I thought this was going to be semi-automatic because that is what it sounded like within all the patch notes, but this is actually a fully automatic base weapon, which is going to make it a solid choice, and it almost reminds me of the Ram 7 from back inside Warzone 1. Now when it comes to the build, this is the exact build you want to be using. Now obviously I don't have this gun max leveled. Once I do, I'll give you the perfect tuning for it as well, but when it comes to attachments, this is definitely the attachment you want to be using. Optic is personal preference though, you can obviously swap that one out for whatever you like. You do need the 50 round drum mags, especially if you're going to be running this weapon in fully automatic, which it pretty much is, so you do need the 50 round drums on there. The precision underbarrel grip is a must on this gun. I tried the F-TAC Ripper, but there's just too much vertical recoil as well as horizontal recoil, so this is the one that you want to be using. Is going to help the most, and especially when you get the tuning down, the precision grip will be the better choice. The Zulu is the only suppressor for this gun that helps with recoil control, so this is the one that you want to use by far. It also helps with bullet velocity as well, which is ideal. And then lastly, the best barrel for this gun, hands down, is going to be the HR 6.8 barrel. This is the one that's going to help the recoil the most, so this is the one you have to use. Showing you this in the firing range now, you understand why I said this gun is similar to the Ram 7. So we'll look at the recoil pattern of this weapon. And as you can see here, it goes upwards and to the left. And obviously, because we're at such close range here, it's not really that noticeable. But you definitely do need to pull downwards and to the right to try and control this recoil pattern for sure. That's how you want to control it. And there is a bit of a kick at the start of this gun. That's why it kind of jumped up a little bit here. And then once you kind of manage to control the recoil a little bit, you can get to some reasonable control here. But this gun does feel like it hits absolutely solid as well. So as you can see, a couple of bullets will get you a kill, but as you can see, without the tuning, it's going to look like there's a lot of recoil. But once we get it max leveled, have all the tuning there, this gun is absolutely going to destroy, in my opinion. I think it's going to be a super solid choice, and that is why they heavily nerfed a lot of the other weapons in the game. It does feel really good. So learn the recoil pattern, and overall the damage of this weapon is solid. Get the right build, get the tuning down, and this is definitely in a contender to be one of the meta weapons, especially for that medium range inside Warzone 2. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.